Good morning, David Coombe here with the CBS AM Debrief this Wednesday the 25th of May, so not much longer left in the month actually, which brings me to the old tired cliche, sell in May and go away. We did see another down night in the US market last night, and we are actually near 1 month lows at the moment. We have a couple of things here to be considering, I think. One is that we're obviously heading into the normal summer month lows, which is where that expression comes from, as I understand it. We add in the end of quantitative easing part 2, and we had a little bit of data last week that was cause for perhaps not quite so much optimism, and that was the softer than expected Philadelphia Fed manufacturing numbers. So this all comes together after pretty much 24 months of rises in the US markets, apart from a couple of little blips along the road, along the way there. So I think it really is a good time to be fairly cautious and circumspect about what you're doing and where you're looking for exiting positions and so on, as that might apply to us investing locally. So yeah, let's just take a look now at what those actual numbers were. The Dow down 25. I think most of the components there were off somewhat. The only exceptions being the couple of the oil stocks, which got a little bit of a lift after one of the brokers came out and gave a pretty bullish tone on commodities and oil going forward. The broader S&P 500 down somewhat less, only 0.05%. Nasdaq nearly 0.5%. Rest of the Americas, Brazil catching up a little bit there. Probably saw some commodity price increases to be seeing that. Excuse me. Europe, a little bit of catch-up after those really big sell-offs the day before on the back of some of the debt concerns. So a little bit of a relief bounce there, all between 0.25%. The only exception was Stockholm. Our market yesterday saw us close down 14.2 points, Hang Seng up 19 and Nikkei up 16. And we'll take a look at what the futures are suggesting for our local market as soon as I can find it. Nikkei up 50, Hang Seng up 47, and the SPY 200 up just 3 points. Now that would certainly suggest that we're really going to have a pretty uneventful day here, and we'll look at the economic calendar over here to the right in a moment. But I think certainly there shouldn't be too many reasons for the market to be doing anything too dramatic here. Okay, move on to our commodities space. Excuse me, still got that cough in my throat here. Okay, so as mentioned, okay, sorry about that. Just have to pause proceedings there while I had a pretty good cough. Okay, so just moving back over here to the commodities here. We looked at, we're about to touch on the energy sector. Natural gas here still holding at 433 here. So hopefully consolidating here, and we'll start to see that move upwards, particularly with some of these weather events taking place in the States. West Texas crude, 99.23. Now that actually has moved up a little bit from yesterday. Well, that's suggesting here that it's off 36 from the close yesterday. Moving to have a look at the soft commodities. Just looking for any big numbers here. Okay, corn down 2.75. Wheat 2.90. Sugar up 1.86. Soy down 0.11. We've also got a warrant there, but we haven't gotten set for a number of the clients on that. That's probably it for the big movers there in commodities. Copper breaking back or breaking above $4, or now a $4 handle on it, 401, and gold putting in a pretty useful move here, 1524.90, and I think, as I mentioned yesterday, you'd think with these debt contagion concerns popping up again in Europe, you wouldn't want to be anything other than long at the moment for gold. Of course, that can all change very quickly. Silver up 30, or at 36.62, up 1.36, always tends to move more in percentage terms than gold. Currency pairs, euro buying 1.4096 US dollars, pound buying 1.6176, the US dollar buying 82.10155, and the Aussie buying 105.52, US buying 97.67 Canadian dollars, and the US dollar buying just 0.88 Swiss francs. Okay, let's have a look at the economic calendar here. Have a look at what we've got for us in store today. Let's move this out of the way. Okay, two bits of high significance data. GDP, gross domestic product. Fairly important number there, just to be able to suggest if they're starting to turn the corner there a bit. Because, of course, as we know, there is inflation starting to come back into the system there, and that is a concern when they really have the levers of interest rate increases at a time when the economy can least perhaps afford or tolerate having those having those levers put into the system. Okay, and then really nothing of major significance. Excuse me. Significance there. So on that note, given this cold, my coughing won't stop, I'll say goodbye and until next time. Thank you.